Alright, what we're going to cover in this lesson is how to insert sound effects and music into our iMovie 11 projects. And the way that we're going to do that is, you notice I've already come over here and clicked on the music and sound effects button just below my preview window. And I'll get this list here of the different sources where I can get music and sound effects. Now I'm going to stick for the purposes of this to these top two that come with iMovie and iLife. The iMovie sound effects include a lot of just interesting sound effects, a variety of things you can see here: bell tower, crickets, jet flyby. We're going to use jet flyby for this one just because it's interesting. If I want to preview it, I can actually click the play button right here below it, and I'll be able to hear a jet flyby. It sounded like one just went right behind my head. And I'm going to click on the little icon here, and I'm going to drag it to the spot in my video timeline where I want that sound effect to come. I'm going to put that right here. And it plops it right in there on top of my video. Now if I move my cursor right before that point in my video timeline, my project timeline, and then hit space, it will start playing, and I will be able to hear the jet flyby as it appears in my project. Now if I want to change some properties of this, I can do so by double clicking on it. I can change, for example, the duration. I'm going to make this last just 4 seconds instead of 8.5. If I want to change any audio properties, like maybe turn it up a little more so that that's a little more dramatic, I can do that, and then I click done. Now I can do the same type of thing with music. I can add background music to my project, and if you'll come over here under iLife sound effects, there are some nice music clips that are included in the iLife sound effects. I'm going to go here to jingles. It's got quite a few of them. And you can view this either by name, by artist, or if you click on time, you can actually view it in ascending or descending order based on the duration of the clip. I've got this one in descending order, starting with the longest. And I would recommend that you use these clips because you're not going to run into issues with copyright, as Apple has provided them for these projects. If students start using, for example, their music that is included in iTunes, that is music that maybe they own, but they need to understand that just owning a piece of music doesn't give them the right to use that in a project, especially if that project's going to be published somewhere like YouTube or TeacherTube or something of that nature. So if you'll stick with these, you'll stay out of a lot of the gray area as far as copyright and fair use. So I'm going to find one I like here. I'm going to use this piano ballad, and it's going to be the same process as with my sound effect. I'm going to click on this little icon for the piano ballad, and I'm going to drag it up into my project. And notice what has happened. This piano ballad is 1 minute and 36 seconds. My project was only 44 seconds, and iMovie went ahead and shortened it for me so that it would fit into my project just right. Now if I double click on the green here, that is where my audio clip is, I can get to some of the same properties in my inspector that I did for my jet flyby sound effect. If I click on audio here, I may want to turn my music down, particularly if you've got narration or some type of action sounds in your video that you don't want to be drowned out by the music. This is how you would do that. Another one I commonly would use would be something like fade in and fade out. If I want the music to ease into the video and ease out of the video, it adds a nice professional sounding touch. I'm going to make it a little longer just by dragging it, make it 1.5 seconds, and 1.5 seconds here. And then I'm going to click done. Now if I move my cursor to the beginning of the video and hit the space bar again, the music eases in, the video rolls along with the music in the background, and here comes my jet flyby. And so now I've got my sound just the way I want them. Alright, that's all there is to inserting music and sound effects. It's pretty simple.